a little over 20 years ago, a game was released on the Nintendo 64. One of the best games of all time, in fact, on the console. And unfortunately, due to work restrictions and other problems, I wasn't able to start this on the 20th anniversary of November 24th. But, whatever, we'll start it now. That game is... Dramatic pause. That's right. The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Now, I'm not going to claim to be the biggest Zelda fan of all time, but I absolutely fucking love this game. Easily one of my favorites of all time. So, let's get right into this. Now, my goals for this playthrough is going to be a standard 100% run. That meaning all Skulltulas, all hearts, all magic beans, although I will do some tricks where I won't need to use them all. Let me think. Anything else? So beginning Epona, Bigoron Sword, all the bottles, and Gerudo Training Grounds at the end of the game. So, let's get right into this. I shall name the character, that being Link, Templar, for two reasons. One, if you look through history, I do believe that Templars were designated to defenders of the faith in Europe. I could be wrong on that. But more importantly, when you go to the Water Temple, you can fight Dark Link. It'll have the name of Dark Templar, which doubles over as a StarCraft reference. So, let's get right into this. Now, I don't know all sorts of exploits, so this will be pretty tame. And I won't be reading the text either. Now, I am doing this on the original Nintendo 64. Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. O Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku tree. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm. Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is nothing. It seems that the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now, find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly! The fate of the forest, nay, the world depends upon thee! Get used to Navi. Probably the most hated character in the Zelda universe, outside of Tinkle. Or Tingle, whatever the fuck his name is, from Majora's Mask. And watch Navi run straight into the fence. Bonk. The Great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Get up! Oh, there's our first hay counter. Now, I'll be doing mostly normal routes through this playthrough, except I'll be doing the path in such a way that I'll do the minimum amount of time travel, or at least try to get as many of the child Skulltulas and such out of the way as soon as possible. So, and no, this doesn't mean doing Shadow Temple as young Link, because I don't know how to do the bomb shoot trick, because I suck at exploits and tricks and shit. So there's Saria. Yahoo! Alright. I won't be speaking to every NPC, but I'll speak to a couple of them. Templar. That's great news. I'm happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. But, as everyone knows, I'm not even gonna pretend I don't know what's going on or try to do any bullshit. Obviously, Mido's blocking us, so we need to go into the hole of Z here. Let's go through the small hole. Push the directional stick towards it. When the action icon, press A to crawl into the hole, even though it's somehow the hole of Z, which people have pointed out. What the fuck, Navy? Okay, I didn't realize you'd do it that quickly. Okay, I couldn't remember if I could pick that up or not. So, obviously we avoid this boulder. And looky here. Da-da-da-da. Our first weapon of the game, the Kokiri Sword. I can borrow it, quote unquote, and by borrow, I mean just steal it. Okay, I wanted to actually save. Okay, so now obviously we get a Deku Shield, which we need 40 rupees to buy it. So we're just gonna get this sword and just cut around bushes and such. Try to farm up some rupees. There probably is a faster way of getting 40 rupees than what I'm doing. I don't care to find out what it is, either. If I wanted to do that, I'd watch a speedrun. And there's a guy humping the rock. I know there's rupees just in the high grass. If you look over, well, I'll show it off here in just a sec. Over here, I know there's just rupees floating around somewhere, like right there and there. And doing this will, of course, give you the blue rupee. And I actually have a text file with all the Skulltulas and heart pieces saved in the order I plan to get them in. So here's this asshole. What's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Even though I have a fairy. He actually summoned you? Why would he summon you and not the Great Mido? You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're gonna help the Great Deku Tree with both a sword and a shield? I don't have my equipment ready, but... Oops, sorry, I skipped all that. Ah, fuck it, I don't care. If you want to see the comments, you can play the game yourself. Yep. It's so great that you finally have a fairy partner. The most annoying fairy of all time. Well, that's just stuff. That's just all tutorial stuff. Nothing I couldn't have told you. So yeah, changing the camera with Z to look forward. Yeah, basically all stuff that I can tell you later on. And this isn't a proper long play either, so... Also, I forgot about the blue rupee behind this house here. Well, I gotta get a few more rupees before I, Alright, there we go. So now with that, and that, I can finally buy a Deku Shield. Unless there is one for free somewhere else, which... I'm certainly no master of this game. Otherwise, I'd learn all the tricks. Although... I never knew that existed until watching someone play the game. I'm not going to read all the tutorial stuff. If you want to, you can. Alright, so... Now let's go back to Mido here. If you want to see the great... Yeah, same old stuff. Eh? And what's that? Good grief. A wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the Great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. How did you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Great Deku Tree? Grumble, grumble. Now, I will say, going through Deku Tree without the shield is a really bad idea, because Deku Babas. And there we go, Deku Stick. And we are absolutely going to put that as, we'll do C left. Great Deku Tree. Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Welcome. I'm about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily thou hast felt it. Templar, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task? I'm gonna say no, see what the text says. Perhaps you do not yet have confidence in your abilities. Return to the Kokiri Forest to learn the skills of combat. Now, Rowdy, return here and speak with me by using Z. Okay. Well. I mean, I, of course, do have... Or do I have to be, like, right up beside him? Okay, there we go. I just have to get closer to him. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. Thou must aid Templar. When Navi speaks, use up to listen to words of wisdom. So if you don't, she'll be on your ass every second. Alright, into the Deku tree we go. Now I'll admit, when I was a kid, I was just dumb and didn't know how to do anything. So I needed a walkthrough for pretty much like the whole game. Except for this dungeon. This dungeon's so easy that even 10-year-old dumbass me could figure this out. The vines are growing on it. Yes. Give it a rough surface and climb up on it. So if you kill these Deku Babas a certain way, like that, you get these items. Deku Nuts. And the select item subscreen, okay, that's just that. And you can stun enemies with it. Sometimes useful. Most of the time it doesn't really matter. So, I'm not even gonna pretend I don't know. I'm just gonna go straight for it. I think this is the map, isn't it? Isn't this the map? I think it is. Yep, this is the map. And yeah, it just shows... Well, I don't need to explain what a map does. This should be pretty obvious. And here we have our first Deku Scrub. Bounce the nut, like Navi says, bounce the nut, it spits back at it. Okay, I tried to use my sword. I know that's not what you do. Okay, let's actually try and do this. Okay. Now there are bosses where you have to hit it with your sword, but there you just use your shield. Of course. If I give you a clue, is this 23? Okay, this isn't 23 or number 1 guy. This trick is actually very helpful. When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the if you hold the stick forward, you won't get hurt. I can't guarantee it will work if the cliff is really, really high, like that fall in the Fire Temple, which we'll be seeing quite a while from now. Try it if you are feeling bold. It's actually one of the most useful tips of this whole game, and not from Navi. Okay, so this is the first Skulltula, I think. I forget if this is where I get the compass or not. Wait, is the first Skulltula in here, or is it in the other room? I think it's in the other room, actually. I know there's 4... Oh, the slingshot. Okay, so yeah, I did need to come here. You don't really need to go into the compass room unless you want to get 100% completion, which I do. So... And this is the intended way of getting out of here. Which, as a kid, I always thought I would get stuck in here, and I had to wait for the Deku seeds. It's basically slingshot ammo. I thought I had to leave the platform that was up there, and then just climb up the vines. So, anyway, moving on. Now, of course, we can progress Goodbye, Skulltula. I know there's 4 Skulltulas in the Deku tree, and 3 that I can get right now without the use of tricks. So yeah, this is the room. Okay, so this is the room where I need to get. I forget what that even does. Oh, okay. We may as well get the compass since they're here. Now, I think... Okay. Now I should point out that the jump attack there does double damage, or does twice as much damage as your normal swipe attack. Let's see, what does this say? Soft belly is the weak point. I see, can I just go past? Okay, yeah, fuck you too then. And Gold Skulltula, number 1. Now, you see a soft belly there. There are some items, or item spells, weapons, that can kill it even when it's not exposing its soft belly. And that's how you kill them. And let's just go down to the bottom here. Okay. And there's Skulltula number 2. Can't really miss it. That's how I get that one. And number 3 is just right over there. Or you could say that that one was number 2 and the one I killed earlier was number 3. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. The point is, the ones I just got are the first 3 you'll get in the game. And there's no reason to not get them now. Now you've already seen this, but if you light this up, you can light other torches or burn webbing, which is a cool mechanic, and you can actually take it from one room to another while they're the timing, like it burn up, so whatever. Okay, this is probably 23 or number 1 guy. You will never... yeah. Unless you punish them in the proper order. 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Do you think I am a traitor? Which I referenced in the Resident Evil 2 LP. Because that line is just so memorable to me. Anyway, I'll show off real quick before moving on how to prevent the Deku stick from burning up. You'll see it's burning, it's burning, it's burning, and then you'll eventually see it fizzle out, and just put it away. Just take out your sword and slash. You won't lose your stick no matter what, unless it completely burns up, of course. Oh, and oh shit, I have to do this again. Okay, if I'd known that, I wouldn't have shown off the Deku stick trick. Yeah, if you see an eyeball, shoot it with the slingshot or the fairy bow. Oops, I spoiled something. Things underwater. Yeah. That's actually a useful tip that Navi gives, because right here, I'm sure there's a way to get through this spiked obstacle without doing that. But whatever. Stand next to this block and grab a hold of it with A. You can push or pull it. Block. Press A while pressing the analog stick. You can climb on top of it. Pay attention to what the action icon says. Ugh, pardon me. Alright, so... and there's this... wait, what's this room? Is this how I like Torch's room? I think it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know absolutely everything from the top of my head, but I have played through this game quite a few times, so... And by the way, even though the Deku stick is only single use, it is actually twice as powerful as the Kokiri sword, and just as powerful as the Master Sword. I know it's absurd to think that, but that is actually true. Alright. Over there is just a Deku Baba next to a bombable wall. We don't have bombs yet, so we're not going to worry about that right now. Oh, nice. And then... I don't remember if I figured... oh, I'm just going to make this little shortcut here for when I have to come back to the Deku tree. Spoiler, I gotta come back here with the boomerang and the bomb bag. So. Okay. And... oh wait, I think I had to do that anyway for... yeah, I had... okay, I had to push that block anyway, so never mind. And do a simple roll or attack with the stick, and there you go. Alright, so 23 are number 1 room. 2, 3, and there's only 6 possible combinations it could be anyway. Reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace, Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she is stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. Anyway. Actually, let's get the Deku sticks out. Or, nuts. It is possible to one-cycle Queen Goma here. I can't guarantee I will, but there is a chance that could happen. And I know... from here, if I knew how, I could wrong warp right into Ganon's castle and beat the game. I don't know how the hell you do that, but I know you can do it through this room. So, going to first person here by pressing up, C up. And I gotta look at Queen Goma's text, because if I don't, I won't be able to again. Okay. Its eye is vulnerable when it's red. Up. Okay. Well, so much for one cycle. Also, I'm gonna save, because... shoot this bad boy with the slingshot. And it's dead already. Now all the bosses, except for Ganon at the end, give a heart container. 100% does constitute... 100% does include getting all 20 hearts, so... And there's going to be a long cutscene, and once this cutscene's over, I will end the segment. Well, actually, I'll talk to Mido, too. Unfortunately, I think if you hit no, he'll just say you need to listen to it. Okay. Yeah. He shouldn't have even asked. Find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Faror, the goddess of wisdom. Faror, the goddess of courage. I think I screwed up there. Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nairu poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Faror, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. The 3 great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens, and golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Obviously, the Triforce. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Templar, go now to Hyrule Castle. There thou will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Could that be Zelda? Obviously it is. Take this stone with you, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse on me. I've actually had the game, I guess, crooked cartridge trick and then soft lock here. It was quite terrifying, actually. I don't know how I did it. And there's Kokiri's Emerald. The future depends on thee, Templar. Thou art courageous. Navi the fairy. I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye. Let's go to Hyrule Castle. Like some other people pointed out, Navi seemingly does not give a shit that the Great Deku Tree is dead. And let's talk to Mido, because we have to. Die? How could... I did no such thing. I did not kill the Great Deku Tree, Mido, you asshole. And we'll just open up the way real quick. Everyone has different text, but it's not really worth showing off that much. We, Kokiri, will die if we leave the forest. You're not going to try to leave the forest, are you? Of course I will. Forest folk shall not leave these woods. But that will be next time, so I will see you guys then. Farewell.